Hey goalies, this is Mike, goalie specialist here at Total Goalie. We've got Chris Joswiak with us. Chris is the Brian's pro rep, and he's also the goalie product manager. And today we're going over the G-NETik line, and we just did the pads earlier. I was super excited to see those, but I gotta say, I've been waiting to see this glove forever. I've heard so much about it. You've been sending me all these little teasers and stuff, and I finally get to see it, and it is as promised, man. This thing is fantastic. So let's go over a little bit of it. This is unlike a glove you guys have ever designed before. I know people are always asking, what does it fit like? Is it like a 0G? Is it like a Sub-Zero? After putting it on my hand, I can say it's nothing like that, but trust me when I say it's better. Yep. So let's go over it a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you touched on, Ben Ward, our glove designer, he's made our gloves for the last 20 years, and we joke around with him the past 4 or 5 months saying, like, this is the ultimate glove you've ever made. I mean, this is the grand finale, so to speak. So it's a phenomenal glove, and it has so many features. I mean, every glove out there is pretty basic, and I feel that we took the next level of technology and innovation and brought it all to this glove.
So the first thing you'll probably notice, we'll go ahead and start with a palm, is, I don't know, are you going to find a pocket bigger than that? Probably not.
Huge double T pocket. I mean, how he does the math and kind of figures out, you know, to maximize the pocket depth within the NHL legal, you know, measurements. He does a great job, and I mean, what you're catching with is the pocket of the glove. Man. So, you know, the more volume you have, that's what the double T's for, is instead of a triangle of the single T, you have more of a square, and by volume, you'll be able to fit more pucks inside. So.
Right. I'm a goalie with small hands. I've always loved your gloves, but they've always been a little too big for me just because of my smaller hand size. Right. But this is no issue. You guys have actually taken the palm and made it a little more snug. Yeah. But you've still, I feel like you've increased the volume of the entire palm, and I think part of that is due, obviously, to the design. But you've changed the thumb angle on it a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah, it's due to a few things. I mean, the internal feel is going to be because we did shrink the insides a bit. Now, the sleeves of the air knit are all tightened in a bit, and you'll notice that there's no finger or thumb loop. Everything's so comfortable in there and so right that you didn't need them, and that's how we designed it. I mean, the thumb piece just alone is so innovative that, you know, you don't have the traditional thumb loop on it that's been on gloves for the last 25 years. Right. So it's completely unique, and it keeps everything more uniform and real, you know, clean and simple, and less problems down the road. Yeah. And then, as you touched on with the whole thumb piece, we've pushed it in. Working with our Finnish distributor, that's a goalie coach, Jukka Ropinen, and a couple of our high-end goalies, you know, they wanted the thumb where, you know, on most of our gloves it's beveled out a bit more. Right. This is pushed in, and then the pucks are angled right into the pocket there. So
if you could, I know video sometimes doesn't do it justice, but if you were to look at it, it almost looks like a bowl. Yeah. I mean, like anywhere the puck hits, it's going to funnel it right into that pocket.
Right. It just all sinks right in. So, and as you look towards the pocket, you'll see here the double protection on each side. So now, I mean, guys are asking, you know, with the Brian's glove, do you need a pro palm? Should I go standard palm? How does the game ready feel? Well, our goal this year was to create a pro palm that's game ready. So that's exactly what we did. We sewn the outside protection, so you have the pro protection on both sides, but it's not in the break, so it doesn't interfere the closure, and you get that 100% closure right out of the box. I mean, this is brand new. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Again, you've gone with a single cuff, so a one-piece cuff, but in your other gloves, it's one piece on the face, but it's actually two in the back.
Correct.
So it is a little more flexible for those goalies who like that.
Right, exactly. I mean, some of the competitors, they have this as a molded injection piece that's super stiff. We still feel that a goalie needs a little give there for a multitude of reasons. First of all, for covering the puck, playing the puck, you have to have wrist mobility. So to even enhance wrist mobility more, we've added a floating cuff inside the glove too. So you can see that for hand positioning and for covering the puck, moving, playing the puck, you have the ultimate mobility just like our pads.
Yeah, that's great. So we'll touch on the internals here in a bit. But one thing I also wanted to touch on was you guys have done a great job in creating an entire pocket that's going to seal completely the ice. So if you're covering the puck, there's no gaps there, so no stick's going to go underneath and get the puck.
Exactly, and we reinforce this too. So the T's reinforced. It's not as thick as the Sub-Zero, but it's a little bit more heavy duty. So you have that Fort Knox closure where nothing's breaking through. So it's real nice.
That's fantastic. Okay, let's go to the backhand a little bit. So if you could, let's open it up and let's touch a little bit on that on your new wrist lock because it's been completely redesigned, and it's
Right.
actually more of a 360 design than you'll see in any other glove.
Exactly. So you'll see the full wraparound of the wrist lock, and as you tighten this up, you'll see you can get it as tight as you need and then have more closure, or as loose as you need. And then, and we have our no-slip grip material in there that was developed for Halak last year. His hands would get sweaty, want to slip out of the glove. As this material gets wet, it actually gets grippier and gains traction. So it's the ultimate in comfort, feels like a nice, luxurious suede, looks sweet, and then it definitely has a performance feature there.
Yeah,
so.
and the one thing I like about your gloves too is started with the Sub-Zero, you've really enhanced the locking buckle.
Yeah.
So when you tighten that to your preferred preference, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay where you've put it.
Right. Yeah, that was largely due. I used to have a 0G glove, and I'd go into the factory every day and complain to Ben. I was always cranking my glove tight after, just one shot or after one play. So, you got to find the best lock. I don't care how much it costs. We need to put that on our glove because it has to be bugging thousands of goalies.
Yeah.
So, definitely, it's a superior, with everything on our line, it's all Canadian made. The materials are all the finest grade. It's like a Ferrari. The parts are really high end, and it puts together a nice product in the end.
Yeah, so you've got the locking buckle here. You've got a buckle that kind of goes over the metacarpals of your hand.
We have a top one too.
Right.
That seals the fingers. So a few people wanted to, you can even leave this undone, or you can cut it off, or you can just move it, or you can place this and it'll put more pressure on the fingers and aid in you being able to have that ability to close the glove a little bit better.
Yeah, it makes it a little more snug.
Yeah.
And then one cool thing that we haven't gone over yet is you guys have added a new material. It's called ecstatic.
Yeah, and
ecstatic.
Oh yeah, we're ecstatic about it.
I'm sure.
We're real excited. It's a material that's used in everything from hunting gear to Lululemon clothing to everything. It's a proprietary material that we have the exclusive rights to now in the goaltending business, and we're thrilled about it. How many times do you get the stinky hands out of your gloves, or the worries of having a staph infection? So what this is woven into our air material that's in our fingers of both the glove and blocker. We'll have the ecstatic material, which is a 99.9% silver fiber that's wove through, and it just blows away all the bacteria that can be in gloves. It disrupts their DNA and just kind of extinguishes them.
Glove stink will be
it's antimicrobial, anti-stink. So the hockey parents will be celebrating around the world. So so no worries of their kids getting staph infections or any kind of diseases from their nasty gear.
So you've had your set for a while now.
Yep.
Kind of tell me how the glove performs when you're catching, shooting, all that stuff.
It's unbelievable, and the feedback we've got from we had just a few limited samples all summer, and guys that always wore our stuff but not our gloves, or guys that kept messing around with their gloves, and we would send this out to them, and literally they didn't want to give it back. I had to go back and steal it from them. So they couldn't take it off the hand. It's just so easy to catch with how the thumb's designed, with how big the pocket is. It's just, everything just sticks to it. Even in I went out in my stuff in a men's league game the first night, and I made a couple of pivotal saves that I would have never made that changed the final of the game. So definitely, we're a firm believer in this glove. Obviously, pads definitely drive a line, and we have a phenomenal pad, but this sits right beside it of, one of our products of the year.
I love it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to steal this one, to be quite honest with you.
And it looks good too. Aesthetically, the shape, it has that pro look, that pro feel to it. Everything's real natural. The brake is a 35-degree brake in our terms. It doesn't really relate to competitors. Sub-Zero is a 40. So a 35, it's real natural. It's got that, closes kind of to the finger to finger. And what I like on all our gloves is a complete seal always. Right. So many gloves I'll put on in the stores, and there'll be like a big gap up here or something else, the puck can fly right out. So this always snaps right shut, and you get that good closure right out of the box.
And like everything in the line, you guys have, I think you were telling me a couple weeks ago, this is probably the most expensive line you've ever built.
Yeah.
Because of the materials you've used and the rich look you've given it. You'll see it in the logos. You've got your dome logo here. There's a dome logo here on the cuff.
Yep.
The glove looks phenomenal.
Yeah, dollar for dollar, it's a really rich looking line. And that's what we wanted. We knew that, we're growing each year, and we had to make a statement again. It was hard to top the Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
So the only way is to invest more R&D, more money, more time and effort to create a line that really wows both the retailers like yourself and the consumers and the pros. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to be wowed by it. It's one of those gloves, I think, where, don't try it on, just do it. It's really that good. I mean, we put it on our hands here, and there were 3 or 4 of us when you brought it in, and to a T, everybody loves it. You get a smile on your face when you put it on.
Yeah, it's one of those, you have that comfortability with it.
Yeah.
I've told the pro guys the same thing. Like Chris Mason loved the Sub-Zero stuff last year. He was interested in our new line. I'm like, dude, the glove will be a no-brainer. Just throw it on. I don't even have to have you demo one. We're going to make your gloves in this. And he loved it.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
great.
definitely one of those ones that you can confidently just throw at a guy and know that they can buy it.
Well, that's fantastic. So we've got so the customizer's up on goaliesonly.com.
Yep.
You can customize your set. You can check out. You can make one your own, and they're available now at totalgoalie.com. You can custom order yours now for delivery in December. So thanks for checking out the video, and please visit the product at totalgoalie.com.